What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I just have a quick easy DIY for you guys on the F30. So the belt tensioner that is keeping tension on the drive belt that is connected to the crankshaft and the alternator is starting to lose its ability to keep tension and is starting to just vibrate. This is actually a pretty common issue from what I can tell. It actually happened on my E90 as well. So I replaced it on my E90 and the same thing is happening on the F30, so I'm gonna replace it again. Good thing that this is a pretty easy DIY. It doesn't take that long and it doesn't require that significant amount of tools. So yeah, I have a new tensioner here. It actually came in a kit with another drive belt, a new drive belt, a new idler pulley, and a new bolt for the tensioner. I got it from FC Bureau as usual, but anyway, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the intake, as it is in the way of the belt tensioner and all the stuff we need to get to down there. So the next thing we're going to need to do is remove the drive belt. Now to do this, we have to relieve some of the tension that is on the belt because of the tensioner. And to demonstrate here, I'm going to use the new one. So as you can see, there's a little pin here that's holding the tensioner in place so that when we install this new one, we could slide the new belt onto here. On the old tensioner that's installed right there, it's not like this. It's all the tension is on the belt. So we need to relieve some of that tension by sticking the T60 into the tensioner and relieving some of that tension and sticking some sort of pin like we have here in the little socket there so that it holds the tension in place so that we can remove this old belt. I'm going to be using just a drill bit that's roughly the same size as this one. So I'm going to insert this into this hole here on the old tensioner so that the tension is held in place. Take your T60 and just insert it into the opening here for the Torx bit. And you're going to push to the right clockwise until the hole aligns with a little groove there to insert the drill bit. Probably going to take a good amount of force to align it. There we go. As you can see, I inserted the drill bit, so now the tension is relieved off of the drive belt, so now I should be able to remove the old drive belt. Now before we remove the old belt, it's probably a good idea to take a picture of the belt so that we know which direction to install the new belt when we get there, so that we don't put it on the wrong way. Now before we unscrew this bolt here, we're going to want to relieve some of the tension again so that we can remove our drill bit so it doesn't get stuck in there. It'll be much harder to take it out if we remove this whole thing first and then try to take out the drill bit. So it's a good idea to hold the tension while it's still inserted into the engine. All right, here we go. Got our drill bit back. Now we can go ahead and remove the E12 bolt there with an E12 socket. Shouldn't be too hard to break free. There we go. So the last thing we need to remove here is the old idler pulley. You can just pop this cap out in the front here, and there should be one more bolt. I believe it's an E10 that we need to remove, and then we should just be able to slide this out. Just use a flathead to pop the cap off, and the cap should come right off. So the bolt that's actually holding the idler pulley in place is a T50 bolt, so we need a T50 Torx bit. So just take our T50 and loosen that bolt. There we go, I think I got it. Careful not to drop this while you're doing this down to the bottom of the engine bay. Here we go, got it out. There we go. So here's our new idler pulley. You can go ahead and insert that. Then lastly, we're going to torque it down to 60 Newton meters. There we go. Go ahead and put our cap on. Go. Now we can go ahead and install our new tensioner. And then we're going to take our new bolt that comes with the kit, insert it into the kit. And then we're going to tighten it, and then we're going to hand tighten it. Once it's snug, we're going to torque it down to 38 Newton meters. Now we're going to install the new belt. This would be a good time to look back at the picture you took so you know the orientation in which it goes in. Go ahead and install the new belt. Now, once you think you've got the belt in the appropriate position and aligned with all of the pulleys, we can go ahead and release the tension off of the tensioner so that the tension is put onto the belt. So again, you're gonna have to use your T60 and push to the right. And once you have enough room, you can remove the little guide pin here that's holding the tension in place. Go. Careful not to just let go because you will squish your knuckles against the oil cooler. And slowly let it put the tension onto the belt. There we go. Now we can put our intake back on. Now we can go ahead and start the car and just make sure the belt is running how it's supposed to. You can see now that the tensioner is no longer vibrating. So there you have it, guys, a pretty simple DIY to replace your belt tensioner, your belt idler pulley. Like I said, this is a pretty common little issue. It's not really an issue. This car only has 64,000 miles, so I guess it happens pretty quickly. And like I said, I replaced it on my E90 as well. So this is a little issue across all BMWs, but good thing it is an easy fix. I will link down this exact kit I use that comes with the new belt tensioner, the new drive belt, the new idler pulley, and the new bolt that secures the belt tensioner. Again, I got them from FCP Euro, and if you haven't checked them out already, I definitely recommend them if you are looking for any sort of BMW parts. They're my place to go. I'll also link down some of the tools I use if you want to check those out. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next one.